Okay, so we are at the last 3 paragraphs of the book. How quickly time flies, and we've covered this for 3+ months for now, and we finally going to finish the book. So let's continue reading. The path of arahatship strips away this last veil of ignorance, and with it all the residual mental defilements. This path is used in perfect comprehension of the Four Noble Truths. It fully fathoms the truth of suffering, eradicates the craving from which suffering springs, realizes with complete clarity the unconditioned element, nibbana, as the cessation of suffering, and consummates the development of the 8 factors of the Noble Eightfold Path. At the very last stage, this is what would happen if you reach the stage of arahatship. The last veil of ignorance is removed. Any residual mental defilements are removed as well. If you take a look at the table again, desire for existence is form realm, desire for formless existence, conceit, restlessness, and finally, lastly, ignorance are eliminated. And with it, the Four Noble Truths is perfectly comprehended. They fully understand the truth of dukkha, suffering, eradicates the craving completely from which suffering springs, realizes the unconditioned element nibbana, and consummates the 8 factors of the Noble Eightfold Path. This is the stage of arahatship. Okay, next paragraph. About Sakyam, would you like to read?
Sure, thank you. With the attainment of the 4th path and fruit, the disciple emerges as an arahant, one who, in this very life, has been liberated from all bonds. The arahant has walked the Noble Eightfold Path to its end and lives in the assurance stated so often in the formula from the Pali Canon: destroyed is birth, the holy life has been lived, what had to be done has been done, there is no coming back to any state of being. The arahant is no longer a practitioner of the path, but its living embodiment. Having developed the 8 factors of the path to their consummation, the liberated one lives in the enjoyment of their fruits, enlightenment, and final deliverance.
Thanks again. With the attainment of the 4th path and the fruit, the disciple is now an arahant and has been liberated from all bonds. He has walked what we have read, the Noble Eightfold Path, all the way to its end, lives in the assurance stated so often in the formula from the Pali Canon. This is a beautiful passage. Destroyed is birth, the holy life has been lived. What had to be done has been done. There's no coming back to any state of being. Now, This one, I also like this sentence. The Arahant is no longer a practitioner of the path, but is living embodiment. Yeah. Recently, I've been thinking, what is the, I think most of us can agree that the Dharma is beneficial. And if more people know the Dharma, then the world would probably be a much better place. Then I had the question, what is the best way to spread the Dharma? What do you guys think? What do you guys think is the best way to spread the Dharma?
I thought the monastic has always said to start with ourselves. The best way is to practice it. When you practice it, then after that, you can affect other people. When other people see you in so carefree, how come so happy all the time? Where are your troubles? There's no trouble, that kind of thing. So I think leading as an example, and then also whenever in contact with situations, whenever in contact with people, just practice the Dharma, I think. Yeah, for me, it's practicing the Dharma. It's the best way to spread it.
Yes. Yeah. Thanks again for sharing. Yeah, that was the answer I eventually come up with. But my initial answer was maybe set up a Facebook page or Instagram page about Buddhism and share some posts of the sutta, share some of the Dharma passages of the sutta, or set up a YouTube channel, to bring awareness and reach more people, outreach. But after further reflection, I thought, if I do all of this, these are just like secondary stuff. But like Saikyang mentioned, if I practice well, if we start with ourselves, and we become the embodiment of the Dharma, when people see us, when we lead by example, when people see us so peaceful, so happy all the time, and people start to get curious, even without me saying any words of the Dharma, of any text or any sutta from the book, people start to get curious. How come this person is so peaceful, so happy all the time? Then people automatically, starts to, when they start to get curious, they will ask questions, and that would be the opportunity.
I started the Buddhism with attending class.
Okay. Yeah. And another thing is I also thought of refining my delivery, because I joined Toastmasters so that I can deliver the Dharma better. But this is also secondary. Why? You see, Ajahn Chah, he did not even speak English. But all the Westerners flocked to him, because he practiced so well. Then people start to see, the fruit within himself without him saying any English words. And people, all the Westerners, take the effort to learn Thai just to be able to learn from him. So even the delivery itself does not really matter if I don't practice well. But if someone becomes the living embodiment of the Dharma, like the one that we read just now, then people will get inspired and the impact will be much larger. That's the answer that I eventually came up with. It's along the line with what Saikyang shared as well. Okay, going back to the text. Any questions so far? Any question or comments? If not, this is the very last paragraph. Okay. I'll give the honor to Sister Billy to close the chapter and the book.
Thanks for the honor. This completes our survey of the Noble Eightfold Path, the way to deliverance from suffering taught by the Buddha. The higher reaches of the path may seem remote from us in our present position. The demands of practice may appear difficult to fulfill. But even if the heights of realization are now distant, all that we need to reach them lies just beneath our feet. The 8 factors of the path are always accessible to us. They are mental components which can be established in the mind simply through determination and effort. We have to begin by straightening out our views and clarifying our intentions. Then we have to purify our conduct, our speech, action, and livelihood. Taking these measures as our foundation, we have to apply ourselves with energy and mindfulness to the cultivation of concentration and insight. The rest is a matter of gradual practice and gradual progress, without expecting quick results. For some, progress may be rapid, for others it may be slow. But the rate at which progress occurs should not cause elation or discouragement. Liberation is the inevitable fruit of the path and is bound to blossom forth when there is steady and persistent practice. The only requirements for reaching the final goal are 2: to start and to continue. If these requirements are met, there is no doubt the goal will be attained. This is the Dharma, the undeviating law. Sadhu, sadhu.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thanks, Sister Billy.
Thank you.
Okay, the epilogue completes our survey of the Noble Eightfold Path, the way to deliverance from suffering taught by the Buddha. The higher, this line is quite relatable. The higher reaches of the path may seem remote from us. What we read from right concentration to wisdom may seem distant from us in our present position, our disposition. The demands of practice may appear difficult to fulfill. But even if the heights of realizations are now distant, all that we need to reach them lies just beneath our feet. They are always accessible to us, the Noble Eightfold Path, because they are mental components which can be established in the mind simply through determination and effort. We start by straightening out our views and clarifying our intentions. We purify our conduct next, our speech, action, and livelihood. Taking this with a strong foundation of these measures, we apply ourselves with energy and mindfulness to cultivate concentration and insight. The rest is a matter of gradual practice and gradual progress, not expecting quick results. If you see some monastics has practiced for many years, and they still mention that they still have defilements. For some, the progress may be rapid. For others, it may be slow, but the rate at which progress occurs should not cause elation. If you progress quickly, don't be too happy about it. But if you progress even just very gradually, don't be discouraged, because liberation is the inevitable fruit of the path. It's bound to blossom forth when there is steady and persistent practice. Only two requirements are needed for reaching the final goal. to start and to continue. If these requirements are met, there's no doubt the goal will be attained. This is the Dharma, the undefeating law. Yesterday I listened to one of the Bhikkhu Bodhi's audio talk. He mentioned that, when I look at these two starting to continue, he mentioned that he told a story about Venerable Sariputra and Mahamoggallana and how they become disenchanted with worldly stuff. It's all this worldly stuff, they compare it with like cows. A cow's, being led to a slaughterhouse. This is the slaughterhouse. This is the cows. Being led to this slaughterhouse nearer and nearer by putting delicious grasses along the path. So the cows like starts to pick up the delicious grass. Oh, very delicious, very delicious. Pick up the next delicious grass until it led slowly to the slaughterhouse. Eventually is to be slaughtered. This is analogous to us enjoying our worldly stuff without realizing that the slaughter, we are getting closer and closer to the slaughterhouse. This requirement to start, I think we all have started at some point. For me, the hardest part is to continue. Because, at least for me, I'm always get sidetracked by, if you see the analogies of the cows, the delicious grasses. I'm being baited. Oh, never mind the slaughterhouse out there. Let me enjoy this delicious grasses for now. All this tasty food, all this worldly stuff, Netflix, entertainment, movies, hanging out with friends, delicious grass left, right. The slaughterhouse, no, I'm not going to see that for now. But if we start to open up our eyes and then see the slaughterhouse, maybe it's nearby and maybe it's distant, who knows, but starts to see it and starts to realize is that, oh no, we are going to get slaughtered. Not by anyone else, but just by conditions. Not that you're going to get murdered, what is still possible, but even if you don't get murdered, eventually you will get taken away by force. This is the nature of samsara. The thing is, this slaughterhouse is actually invisible to us. We have to really imagine it to make us do something about it. This is for me the hardest part. Okay. So that's all I have for today. Any questions or comments? Some of you may be wondering, what are we going to do afterwards? Felt like at least we will review what we have read, and then we will see what's the direction of the group with the feedback of all of you as well. Okay, any comments, questions? Okay, if not, let's do a dedication. 愿消三障诸烦恼，愿得智慧真明了，普愿罪障悉消除，世世常行菩萨道。阿弥陀佛。Till we meet again, may we be guided by the Buddha, Dharma, and the Sangha. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Have a persistent Monday ahead. Okay, thanks everyone for participating. See you guys next time.
Thank you. Bye-bye.